Welcome, ladies and gents, to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer, Moon in Aquarius, Sun in Sagittarius. The moon is third house from the sun, fresh off of an activation cycle where we have definitively manifested our superpowers relative to this cycle, or you've manifested the grounded receptivity to the incredible value of this new perspective and relative to newly defined supernatural powers that you have realistically unlocked from the treasure chest of Venus on Pluto. What this is getting ready to do is is realistically now through Aquarius give you the knowledge of this. And I just get this off the bud. Some of you are letting people play with you. Let go of these narcissists in your life who just care about themselves and like make excuses when it comes to showing up for you. Some of you forget you got options, and some of you I think kind of feel like you may be missing out if you don't necessarily. I feel like some of you are entertaining poor treatment because you think that that's all that's available for you, and this transit's going to remind you that you are blessed with so much abundance, and what you focus on expands. So let go of what you know you don't deserve. And look, I'm gonna be honest, once that psychological dynamic is expressed, you're gonna see that energy turn around and come back. This is psychological, this is manipulative. It doesn't have to be like, it's not like these people have anything against you. This is just flaws of their character that you're taking your power back from. So just keep that in mind. Everything that I'm saying applies to multiple people. Okay, this is not just one person. This is an archetype of energy you're dealing with. So keep that in mind. Even when they switch, make sure people work for your respect and attention. A transit like this with this new perspective in Aquarius with the moon, that's going to make you receptive to the expansion of the collective, and who resonates with this vision is going to see you not only taking your power back with this moon Saturn, but really seeing firsthand the power of your value, and how when you don't give away your attention to people who, you know, don't necessarily value or deserve it, it switches dynamics. But the reason why I'm saying it is some of you, this will be felt energetically. And it's like once you actually remove that attention, and these people may unconsciously feel they don't have it, they're going to, probably do something to try and get it back. Make sure these motherfuckers work for it. Make sure they don't do some little like respond to you and then you go back to like, oh, okay, got your no, make sure you keep your respect in mind. Okay, because some of this could be flipped where it's like, oh, if you weren't doing what you're doing when there's nothing wrong you did, you have the right to focus attention however you want. But just keep that in mind. Very clear dynamic, because the moon is going to be squaring Uranus. And so this is going to unconventionally challenge how you ground this higher sense of your value. And just don't let people play you, B. Really make people, the game changes when you recognize you have options and you make people work. Always on the job. There's a truck that just said always on the job. When you make people work for your attention and value, because your time is not to be wasted. Something to keep in mind, especially because relative to superpowers you manifested, Aquarius is now going to, in the attitude of this new cycle, detail the knowledge of what power you manifested. So if you don't know what you manifested, you're going to come into the knowledge, Aquarius, of this activation of this new vision that has ascended your perspective, especially regarding the ascension of you and stepping more into your God form. This is going to be awesome because the moon is on Saturn. And so this is going to anchor today a very karmic understanding of the collective authority that's going to govern the higher knowledge around the establishment of the activation of the cycle. Aquarius strengthens the vision with knowledge that is being crystallized and then expanded. It's like we're focusing it into a point, and then later tomorrow, Jupiter is going to expand this. Major breakthroughs are going to be had today and tomorrow. But because Aquarius is a cosmic energy that also causally, through the causal realm, links people's minds, very minute changes in your decisions and thoughts will cause huge changes in your reality. And this is why I'm saying do not let people play you, because some of y'all are connected to energetic vampires, or some of you are just connected in an energetic sense to people who may be narcissistic, or they may be insecure. Maybe they've dealt with people who they feel like, oh, if I show attention, they'll lose interest. So now I have to play this game and act like I'm not as interested. And you're not childish like that. So like, this is where you kind of just, with Saturn rectifying the karma and balancing stuff out, you're gonna see the dynamic change. It's an intention game, really. It doesn't have to be a game. And I'm just saying, don't fall for the okie doke of people kind of just like showing up the way they were supposed to, and then you deciding, oh, it's all good now. Like, make motherfuckers work for that shit. Like, I'm gonna just be real. Like recognize the value of your worth and attention, and don't give that shit away freely nilly unless that person deserves it. Get into the habit of making people you just met, or even always known, earn your respect. Okay, it is what it is. And Saturn is about respect. Saturn is about authority and respect. So the moon in Aquarius is going to help you understand, relative to this activating new vision, who is worthy. Listen, always on the job, baby. Saturn doesn't stop working. Who is worthy of this respect? Because this is an activating cycle. And now that we've manifested the power of it, this knowledge that once we step into Pisces 3 days from now will help us understand metaphysical influences and a supernatural understanding of this new vision, which is going to be freaking gnarly, because we're going to start to experience the knowledge of superpowers we just manifested. And you're going to start to note more supernatural nature of how powerful you've become. So I'm really excited about this transit, because you're going to understand so much knowledge. You're going to download so much knowledge. You're going to come into the know, which is going to prepare you for actions to take, Moon and Aries. Other than that, y'all stay blessed, kings and queens. Once again, that square to the moon that is going to be made to Mars and Scorpio, as well as Uranus and Taurus, will facilitate major breakthrough. And don't necessarily feel so happy about positive developments. Have that Saturnian discernment to be like, all right, it's cool for now, but are you going to keep consistent? Honor consistency. Not this whole notion of people who think they're slick and like, because it is what it is. You'll see what I mean. A lot of these things happen unconsciously and subconsciously. So you're going to start to notice it consciously before certain people, and the dynamics too. And this applies to a myriad of situations in almost every part of your life. But with Saturn and Jupiter, you're manifesting rewards, you're manifesting success. Make sure you don't share that with people who don't value you. This energy is big in, maybe because this is a collective vibration, maybe a whole lot of people seeing you come into success and people trying to get back in your good graces, or people trying to act like they've always been, by your side when they're just being opportunistic as fuck. And don't fall for the okie doke. Anyway, other than that, it's very important, because I feel like very strongly some of you are attaching so much to a vision. You're attaching so much to what you want. You feel like if it doesn't come in a certain form, you're not going to get it, when really what's meant for you is for you, B. So like, let go of what doesn't serve you. Let go of it. Don't be in a dynamic where you're having to play a cat and mouse game unless you want the chase. Some people love the thrill of the chase. If that's your thing, embrace it. If you are old soul like me and you don't have time for those games because you want people to be real and transparent with you, don't entertain that. But I feel like for so much of you, you feel like if you let that go, you're going to lose it forever. And that's a lie. That's a lie. A transit like this is going to open you up to the myriad of options and possibilities you have. So while you've been hyper focusing on one, you're going to realize, oh, there was all this out here too. That's all for you. So keep that in mind. You're not limited. You are not limited. You are unlimited. Okay, so this is the cosmic vision, the cosmic vision that's going to, in this activation of this new cycle, have you develop the knowledge of advanced skills that you will apply based on the superpowers you manifested. So the superpowers you manifested are going to express themselves in advanced skills that by the time we ground it to Taurus will actually be grounded techniques, ascended grounded techniques. So that we're literally in the process of coming into the knowledge of how to express these superpowers as advanced skills. And you're going to come into that knowledge. Saturn is going to have you understand the karma and the power and the cosmic intellectual strength and neural pathways that are being established on this cycle before tomorrow Jupiter expands this. Y'all stay blessed. As always, shout out to y'all. I got this shirt. Shout out to y'all who sent this shirt and the other shirts that I got. Feel free to send in my P.O. box any clothes, any threads, any gifts. I fucking love y'all. Y'all are so amazing. I love this path that I'm on. It's granted me a freedom that has built up my confidence thanks to y'all. Every time y'all say you enjoy these, it really fills me with joy that so many of you wait for these moon messages, that these moon messages really enrich y'all, that you really gain something from it. So let me know what you think about changing the format. I was thinking of maybe shooting these more formally, or do you like this format? I can keep this format for the Magic Moon message and do it, bring back the weekly horoscopes and do something more formal because I want to use my camera. But other than that, y'all stay up. I'm just so grateful for you. And this is an activating cycle. The one after this is the first quarter square. So you're going to come into an initial harvest that's going to let you know what to look forward to. And I really feel the hugest message here is you are not limited. If you feel stuck, if certain people are kind of like putting you on a cat and mouse game, you better remind them that, you know your worth and you know your value. And that doesn't mean blowing up and telling people what they should know. It means taking the actions and just moving forward and not letting people pull you back because they want your attention. You're going to make people work for your attention. Tap your neighbor on the left and be like, I know my value. You going to work for my respect, baby. Holla at me. Y'all stay blessed as always. Peace.